the field. No surprises there.
Yeah, Sivir, dominant force, and he's still available. Once again, Zane King, we saw him on that previously today. Now, are they going to pick that one up again for him? Olaf? Being hovered
I
over by
thought that
Chris?
was Trindamere for a second. I was like, what?
They're both very angry and yelling.
Yeah, with hats on.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, the beard goes over to Olaf.
Yeah.
Gotta have the manly beard.
Strong beard. Not enough beards in League, if you ask me.
A lot of stashes. A couple stashes. Not
You know,
enough stashes.
Alexander the Great instituted shaving, or at least strongly recommended it, so as to cut down on beard-related grabbing in battles.
Yeah, it's definitely a disadvantage.
Yes.
And then the shaved head thing came in. Don't want people pulling your hair, getting an advantage over you. No. And so it looks like Elise and Thresh being hovered over here for TWZ. Cortez does play a lot of Elise.
Both of those and send it back over to Cognitive. I gotta say, TWZ on the precipice of greatness. They've got the chance. Can they get it up and running? They're gonna fall down. Like Quantic is the subtext.
I want to see what Bishu picks up
I feel
here.
bad saying it. I do. Weren't you rooting for him coming in today? Weren't you just like, yeah?
Well, they
Quantic's so strong on Friday.
They were looking really good at the 2-0, and
it's still
the Twitter hype. So I don't know.
Scion grab, very likely. He is. We got confirmation from Kegwin that is not an overlay mistake. I want to believe. Oh, boo. A pretty girl instead. Typical Ziploc. So, I haven't locked those just yet, but Ringar and Jinx, the look right now for Cognitive. Running out of time, and they will lock.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. But is Bishu going to take something like an Orianna into mid lane? Gragas? He's been favoring that a lot. But he does play a couple off mid laners like Lux. But I'm looking at this composition. I'm thinking Orianna, Gragas, maybe Nidalee because he really likes that champion. I don't know. But we'll have to see what he comes up with. Might leave that for last pick. But hovering over the Gragas.
Draggledag's made it through the bans. He's been a regular ban, regular pick. Not every game, not a given. He's make it through a lot. Sivir been basically pick or ban all day long.
Is he hovering over a Jace now?
We just refuse to believe Kegwin. For any reason, who was it? Was it TWZ that played Jace before? We had a Jace play a couple weeks ago, last week. One of those two.
I think it was Denial.
Nope, over to Gragas.
I think it was the old Denial. I think it was Billy Boss in the top lane.
Because there was a Jace. There was a Jace in this tournament set.
In this tournament?
Promotion. Yeah. We had a Jace mid lane, I think.
Did we? Okay.
I do believe we did.
I'll believe you.
It may have been weeks ago.
Oh yeah, sure. No. It was during the qualifiers. It wasn't during these last
not
like,
this.
3 days.
No, yeah. Not on 3,
that was Billy Boss in the top lane, bringing Jace.
I just mean during the promotional tournament.
That's what I remember.
Last month or so. Gragas gonna get locked, Vayne locked. Zion King with a sit on Annie, and we gotta get how to pronunciation.
Yeah, Kegwin, quick. But so
confirm.
Zion, what? Don't do this to me.
Zion,
don't do this to me.
Yeah, King good. You gotta really pronounce the G.
Zion King.
Zion Kinga.
All right, but so what the Gragas does is it accomplishes two things. He gets a primary pick champion, but he also stops somebody from picking Orianna. So Orianna Rengar comp is shut down by that because Orianna does not do well against Gragas in lane. Maybe a little early, but then once he gets Explosive Cask, it's all Gragas's. Just a playground.
We'll end up with the Ziggs and lane clear abound on the Cognitive side. That's been a big part of this weekend so far here on 3.14. Obviously, a couple of really dramatic comeback swings over the course of the weekend already, and that's one of the things that I know was a core idea behind the play, and it's run us through the ringer, I can say.
Yeah.
Everybody locked, and we're going to be okay. Going to the spectator delay. Let's run it on down. Cognitive going to be taking Olaf, Ringar, Ziggs, Jinx, and Andy to the field. TWZ playing possibly for glory. Again, they're going to be all but locked. A couple of situations where they might have to do a little tie break and maybe Possibly. We haven't done all the math. But TWZ in good position here, and they're going to take Renekton, Elise, Gragas, Vayne, and Thresh to the field. See if they can't lock some glory in for themselves. We'll find out if they're capable over to TWZ. Just by a nose, a lot of letdowns on the skin side. We're going to give nothing here props and assume that he's got the Jinx skin, but that he knows the normal skin's better and went with it that way.
Default is so much better, and granted, not on the tournament realm anymore. So I'm giving these people a little bit more leeway with this. You know, if they don't own the skin. Once they become LCS status, though.
Yeah, you really should. I mean, you should spend dollars on those skins. Because what do you play game for if not dress up? Right?
Is that what you play
90%? You know why you spend 6 hours making your character in Skyrim?
That's true.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, what do you all MMOs, I'm just like, okay, 6 hours in, character creation complete.
And awesome. You always keep around some older clothes that look really good, just in case. Those are your around town clothes for when you're walking around Dalaran, you know?
Got to AFK for a bit.
This is not Dalaran anymore. But
I don't know. That was back in my day.
Back in Wrath it was, yeah.
Ooh, back in the Ironforge days, and just sit there.
There was one auction house? Jesus. Yep. It was a terrible idea.
Plug in
remember when the Doom Hounds or whatever that they pull out of they pull out a Major Domo and they just bring them back and they disease everybody and kill everybody instantly. Chris is gonna be in trouble. Hook not gonna land. He gets the flash though. Would have been wide off to the side either way.
Almost flashes into it. Just getting the distance though. Plug in Blizzard products. It's exactly what the LCS promotional qualifiers by Riot's all about.
It's not that game anymore. No.
Oh, no.
Those are fond memories of a long dead friend.
Not recommend.
League is where the business is now because they got the best dress-up games. Want more skins though? I gotta say, maybe I'm not the only guy. I want to waste more money on League. Please.
Well, I'm sure they want to provide you with more skins so they can take your money.
They should. I want more of those like 720 or whatever they cost skins, so they're slightly cheaper.
We were promised more.
Rabble. Nothing here. Gonna put some shots on the Nidus or main. Bobby Hank Hill walks forward. Hook's gonna land on a nothing here, and he'll spin the barrier. Stun comes out. Nice heads-up play there by Zion King.
It was very early spending the barrier for just not taking some damage. I don't know how much good that was in terms of efficiency and the economy of summoner spells. Nidus gonna heal himself.
They just don't poke until barriers back up.
Because they weren't level 2 when he landed the hook.
Gonna spin the flash there. Those hooks just paying for themselves now. 3 spent and 1 landed. 2 flashes for the cost of 3 hooks there.
Nidus or aim.
Yeah.
Coming out. He's got a great
people. Spinning them summoners. Gonna condemn nothing here away. Gonna miss the CS as a result.
Missed 2 of them.
Yeah.
Got back up, wasn't able to get in range. Just a little thing like that. He's like, oh, I'm going to spend some mana, and you lose some gold. So 2 CS lead, 3 CS lead here for Bobby Hank Hill.
We'll keep it down to the number. That's almost 70-something gold.
Live updates. Oh, God, that's 6.
12.5 gold.
If you look at the little trinkets coming out here, 2 sweeping lenses to 1 in favor of COG. I had to actually swap my brain there. It's TWZ and COG.
They don't have the abbreviations now around the live server. You gotta think about it.
Yeah, right? I was looking at it and nope, they stick with their names. Ziploc, Yazuki.
Gonna catch him with an axe. Yazuki goes on the run. He's gonna have to use his floaty if he wants to get out of this one. And got a little bit of help coming in by way of Kez. Zion King down! Gonna catch him. First blood over to Bobby Hank Hill. Got him with that bolt proc. And condemned. Gonna put nothing here out of range of finishing off Nidus or main.
The sounds are too good. It almost hit. It was so close. The zap right off the side of Nidus or main. Man, as that electric bolt passes, your hairs just prick right up.
Pulls it in the direction. A little bit of static shock would have been enough for Nidus or main to drop on down. Not going to happen, though. Good heads-up play on both sides there. Zion King with some good saves early on. Big save by Bobby Hank Hill there. Making sure that nothing here. Can't follow it up, even if he had wanted to.
Yeah,
Captain Ziploc coming in full tilt. Yazuki going to go on the run. Chris got the slow on him. Ignite's down. They get the flash out.
Nice. It was well played there. The ghost, though, coming out from Ziploc, so that really gave him the liberty to blow his flash. And the fact that Chris doesn't have his either, he's not really missing out on anything. Bishu going on Zamfira.
They put some good damage down. Zamfira just waiting a second, then deciding to give him a little cue to the back of the head. Let me know how he feels about it.
And Zamfira has
in the area.
Barrier. He brought barrier on Ziggs to the mid lane. So he knows that Bishu's going to try to blow him up eventually. And Bishu trying to... They're actually trying to pin Ziploc in here. We have both Elise and Gragas coming down.
Chris going to run Yazuki out. Ziploc going to get low because comes around. This might turn on him as Chris is running back. Repel will give him some time. He's got nowhere to repel to. Bishu's still in the area, so they got to play this one safe on COG. Yazuki goes on the run. First blood given over to TWZ, but not for lack of trying on COG's part, as they have been really working Yazuki here, giving him a lot to think about and pulling a lot of resources their way.
Ooh, Yazuki might be a little bit in trouble here.
Gonna give him some room to run. Hook on Design King. Bobby Hank Hill forward. Got the stun ready, and they're going to run him low quick. Gets the stun into Bobby Hank Hill. Nothing here comes in to put some damage down. That could have been a lot worse if that stun hadn't been ready for Design King.
All of Nidus's hooks have either hit or warranted a flash.
Gotta get another one here. On a nothing here. Plays him back. Roll over. Does he have terrain? No. Just a little short. Bobby Hank Hill now on the run. Nothing here. Chasing down. Can they get it? Gives him a little bit of a shield. Isn't enough. Zion King trying to close ranks. Can't get in there. Bobby Hank Hill's going to get away.
Wow, that zap really hurt. Even though it's rank 1, it has really good scaling, and the two Dorian's Blades alongside the Longsword are doing extremely well. Level 6 here for Zamfira. He's looking for a Mega Inferno Bomb.
Let's send it up. And poor Kez coming down. Chris and Yazuki, their fight will turn unfair. Chris gets clear. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to land.
And he doesn't even throw it out. He's
you
looking
said it,
for
now
it.
it's locked on bottom.
No, he was looking for it. He went up there, and then he decided, I don't want to do it. Because it was just blind. He wants to save it for lane, and possibly onto Bishu. So, it doesn't land because he didn't throw it.
Yes, a good reason for it to not land.
And there it goes.
I'm going to send it down bottom. Clear the wave. And Bishu going to start it up. Gets away clean, doesn't have to spin the barrier. Ignite spent by Bishu. Rolling up in the direction of Dragon, it looks like they will stop that, possibly, at least in the area. Yeah, not working it.
And it looks like, Nidus has just put the fear of God into them right now. Look at him. They're just all on that other side.
That's what happens when you go to Hook City. You don't want to go back anytime soon.
No, and Ziploc's off on the side, so if they could bait Nidus forward, it would be favorable for the lineup of TWZ, but they're still playing back.
One of those things, and at this point they've played back for so long that a roll forward is going to be a little bit of a tell there.
Oh, Kez gets his red stolen away by Ziploc.
And Kez just has to call it back. Zion King comes in with the threat of a stun. And with a low health Kez, they've got no option but to leave.
And we had the backup there by Zane King. He came up, followed him there to the red, so if they could actually get a stun, maybe could have been able to take out Cortez, but not so lucky. Nothing here, and there's just this ward battle in that bush. Nidus is like, I don't want that to happen again. A little bit of a shortcoming on the vision portion there, because Ziploc was able to get in for the red. Might be taking responsibility for that.
Yeah, gonna make sure that it's well covered. Got a pink and a green down. Yazuki and Chris still doing their smack each other, walk away, smack each other, walk away deal.
That's how top lane do. That's pretty much it. Nidus looking for something.
Zion King in trouble. Bobby Hank Hill's there. Chomper's going to come down. Lands another hook. And Nidus or Main will finish that one off. Going to give an assist on over. 2 kills now on a TWZ. They're now to a 1.5k gold lead. No real leads on CS. Save for Yazuki, who is miles in front of Chris right now.
I want to say that Nidus is almost 100% on his hooks. He's just been doing a fantastic job
close, yeah.
all game. And I'm still counting the ones where he gets a flash as a successful hook.
Yeah, that definitely counts. Because that would be a hook. Or at least they're convinced it would be a hook. Enough to spend something that costs, basically as much as your life. That flash is precious.
5 minutes on that cooldown. Unless you take some utility, but still. It allows him to land the next one. And here comes Captain Ziploc still in the top lane. And just drawing a lot of aggro up into this top.
Captain Ziploc hasn't shown up down bottom. Not nearly as often as Kez, who's down bottom again. Nidus or Main fails a flash. They get out. He will not. Captain Ziploc going to be the one to get it away there. Chris in trouble as Yazuki and Kez going to work on him. And they're going to tank that one out for a while. A little bit of a hang-up on the minions and possibly a little bit of miscommunication there.
Was the ultimate?
He will escape with his life.
It's the ultimate from Chris. He cloaked. So they weren't able to see him. Although he's right in front of them, invisible. It's really hard to see because all he does in that skin is he just glows a little bit.
That's what it was. Yeah, I always have trouble seeing it because you get that little glow. Oh.
Yeah. But
much easier on like Vayne when you got a big cross underneath. So if she tumbles, you're like, yep.
And you got the sound too, the typical sound of somebody stealthing. With him, you just hear the growl, and if your game sounds are kind of low, then you don't. Which
they definitely are. I got them much lower on this client than on the tournament realm. Bottom out are going to fall down. Top out are going to join it. As it's 1-1 on the turrets now.
And gold, about 1,000 between these teams now. A little bit in favor of TWZ. And COG looking for something to get them back into this game. I mean, granted, they aren't really that far out. But we've had Zamfira clearing out the side lanes with the Mega Inferno Bomb, just trying to keep people off objectives. Turrets are even, but man, that pickup on a Nidus Hermain up top is really good. I guess he's Nidus Herman now.
Yeah, it's just
on the live realm. I always felt like that was some advice, like your best friend, like, dude, just Nidus her, man. Yeah, like I like that girl at the bar, dude. Just Nidus her, man. Chicks love it when you're Nidus.
It's a terrible thing to do to a person. Sneak into their base with a giant murder worm.
It's the advice he would give you.
That's a bad friend.
Yeah.
Never listen to that friend. Plus, anybody who ends a sentence that's trying to convince you of something with man, don't listen to that guy.
Yeah.
His advice is probably not great. Yazuki and Chris get a trade up again, and looks like Yazuki going to get the better of it. Still out front, 58 to 87 CS. Right now, the mid lane is taking a turn, however. Zamfira 127 at a 92 CS of Bishu. Still going to be holding on to about a 1,000 gold lead on the TWZ side. Yazuki going to pop the ult to try to get out of this one. They got plenty of time to tank. Flashes forward. Kez comes in. Stun. Big. Chris goes down. Yazuki burns him away. Ziploc now being chased down by Kez. Kez going to come up. Gets the Q. No stun to follow it up, though. Spent that one and didn't have the cooldowns quite ready, but Yazuki will be able to take over the lane again with no turret. And Ziploc sitting a little low. Zamfira swinging down.
So Bobby Henkel going with the standard Vayne build here. Blade of the Ruined King on him. Man, my mind is blown by that last Whisper pickup so early on Tails last game. But, you know, Bobby not taking a page from Tails' book, even though it worked for him. Yeah, I'm going to go with the classic.
Going to drop the bomb over the wall a little too late, and Kez will get that dragon secured. 2K gold lead now for TWZ. Keep in mind, they're 2-0 in the series, in the round robin so far. Need to hold on to it. Nothing here. Going to get locked up as he's put into the wall. What can you do? Nothing here. Basically, the duo lane split pushing, if you want to call it that. And nothing here, just a tower eater. Takes out top inner. Is there an answer from TWZ?
Well, you know, gonna go back to the little silver lining here. Zamfira threw out the Mega Inferno Bomb a little late, but he got Kez's spiders. It's still gold. Still a little bit
that's
gold.
Money.
Yep.
Money in the bank.
Nobody's complaining.
A spider killed is a penny earned. That's what my mom used to say.
Yeah, and Chris, he really is down on CS right now. He's down about 24, but then in the mid lane, Zamfira's up about 30 on Bishu. Bishu, they just goose eggs all through the mid lane. Hasn't been a lot of action from them. It's really been these side lanes, these fringe events.
And even then, a lot of it been on the turret. I mean, there have been a lot of attempts, people getting away. But overall, 4 kills across 14 minutes. Ooh, that's the new championship award.
Zane King and Nothing here were just sitting in that top bush for a long time, planting a trap for Bobby Henkel. Not going to fall for it, though. Just goes and decides to get the golems, the safe, easy farm. Doesn't have vision up in that top area. So
at some point here, I got to say, TWZ got to do something to push out that top lane situation. They've got that recall. It's funny. The Walking Zed right now basically down a turret on the back of the fact that there's a Jinx on the field.
And man, he's just getting shoved in here in the bottom lane. Chris, Renekton just does so much. Whoa, what was that? So Renekton, he does a lot with the Sunfire cape. And Chris, they're just gonna clear this out.
I'll hop on to Kez. Ziplock's there. Stun a land. In comes Nidus or Main. Get a lock up Ziplock, and they'll turn around, do a little bit of damage. Mega Inferno Bomb will not be the thing to finish the job. Indeed, it'll be Captain Ziplock that walks away with the kill.
Gets an assist there. So what I was going to do is I was going to talk about why Chris doesn't have as much CS as Yazuki does. Yazuki able to get the Sunfire Cape and just continue pushing. Chris blowing the ultimate.
Gonna go on the run, and we'll get away.
He's pretty slow for increased movement speed there.
Yeah, not the quickest in the world. But no inner turret to run to. Bobby Hankill, there's a lantern there. And finally takes it.
I don't know if he can actually get to it. Bishu coming in, going right over the bombs.
Zamfir trying to get away with the satchel charge. Zanking comes in, locks it up. Ringar gonna grab one. Nidus Remain now in a little bit of trouble. He's in a minefield and nothing to do. Zamfir picks that one up. Cortez comes in. Can he do anything? No, sir. Bobby Hankill tries to condemn him away, but Zanking grabs one. He's going to go 1-2-2, 2-0-1 now on Captain Ziplock, and a grab right there for Zamfir, who's 103.
And now it's 5-3, 300 gold difference between these teams, and that was a big comeback there. It was just about 1,000 gold between them, but going for 3 for nothing, I believe it was, in that fight, is a huge, huge deal for COG this early in the game. It's still 16 minutes, it's early.
I gotta say, the Jinx split push, it's hard to deny. Yazuki having a tough time dealing with it. Plenty of lane clear, plenty of attack speed. Tower eaten in the bottom lane is not going to happen, though. Jinx going to check out as Renekton recalls. Got to walk it on back now. Might get some quality time with it.
I was thinking, how do you deal with something like that with the Jinx split push? If you leave her alone for even a little bit of time, she's going to be able to just shred that turret down extremely quickly. And as Renekton, you're going to be taking some damage from her. If you try to go in on her, she has some escape mechanisms, not as many as most ADCs, but still, if she hits anything, you're just done for. But up top, you know, they decide to swap it. So Yazuki going to be in that free lane with no turrets, and then we're going to put Vayne down bottom.
And it's one of those things. They had Vayne. It was kind of a 2v1, though. Nidus Remain was doing some walkabouts business, but still a hard one to fight for Bobby Hankill, especially if he doesn't get the jump on it. You land some sparks, you land a chompers, you get a couple of free auto attacks for nothing here, and that's a duel that's just over right there. Nothing Bobby Hankill will be able to do. Plus, you go Fishbone style, and you will just be able to do basically ever what you want. You're going to have plenty of range up over a Vayne, who's going to have to come in close and probably bring in some assistance to finish off a kill on the Jinx.
Yeah, and Yazuki trying to keep tabs onto Chris. Doesn't want him roaming around. I mean, that's like one of the worst things, is to have a Rengar just, you lose sight of him, you don't know where he went, and then he'll pop up all the way across the map. Chris taking a note from himself saying, I wasn't fast enough last time, I'm going to grab myself some boots.
Yeah. Well, needed a little bit more move speed to go with that increased move speed.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't able to catch Nidus previously, but of course Nidus did double back, and it didn't work out for him. But, man, now pretty much even across the board. But up top, CS difference, whew, it's making up for those 2 turrets.
And again, still haven't managed to force team fights here. TWZ have been playing Cognitive's game. That is to say, keep laning. Please keep laning. Don't try to force anything. Gonna get a drop right here, and what's more or less a pick on a Nidus or Main, which means bottom outer imperiled to say the least.
Man, Nidus was off to such a great start at the beginning of this game. He's just getting picked off. Most deaths on his team, half the deaths overall were in. And man, they might do a dragon off of this. It's about to respawn. They ping it. And Cognitive definitely able to do it.
He was driving the bus to Hook City, and now he's just sitting on the curb next to it. It's all busted down. He's not going to get there ever again. Sad.
A sad story. But we have Yazuki trying to proxy farm behind 2 turrets here.
Why not go 2 turrets deep?
Why not? Why not go 3?
Farm it straight up in the base. Stand between the next turrets there. And then you can pull multiple lanes at a time.
Mm-hmm. Take the CS from other people. Yeah.
If you can slice and dice 1 lane, why not 2?
You know, think big. Dream big.
I got to say, right now, Cognitive, really, they've got TWZ playing their game. TWZ going to have to break out of it. Because basically, as it is, I mean, look at that. They're setting up picks, and they're getting them. Could they stand a team fight? Hard to say. Yazuki is absolutely huge. You got 160 CS, 111 on the Vayne. Gonna have plenty of attack speed, good damage output there. The Blade of the Ruined King and the Zeal. Gragas still down a little bit, but not in terrible shape. He's 181. He's given up a kill. But hey, Gragas always going to be able to put good damage onto the back line. But still, TWZ just going where COG is telling him to. It's allowing the split push on nothing here for a long, long time. It's managed to let them pick up 4 turrets in total. All the outers and top end are gone. Only a single turret for TWZ. And I'm finding myself wondering, where are they at? Why don't they just come in and say, hey, Cognitive, if you guys don't show up to this fight, we're going to bust up all your stuff.
Yeah, but I think they want to go for the split push, though, because Renekton has such great wave clear, and the fact he has the Sunfire Cape, they're really kind of banking on that at this point. And the fact that he has so much CS, that's really what it seems to be. But Bobby Hank Hill off on the side lane, farming himself up. I think he thinks he's more behind than he is, or if he's just trying to carry the game. But they want him to be, really, really buff. So they're going for the 1-3-1.
Chris also got an open lane up top. Going to make it a little bit hard to get Yazuki out of there. He can send it on over. If they could get him a turret, give him somewhere to push to, might free him up to walk about just a little bit more. But as it is, 21 minutes in, 6 kills to 3, 4 turrets to 1. Cognitive got a lead, but it's been weird. It's on the back of a lot of picks, not a lot of straight-up team fights, but it's worked out for them right now. They got a lot of primary objectives taken care of, which means that they may be able to force TWZ into less than ideal team fights.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do right now. They're down 2K, and this gold lead isn't being overcome by CS. They need to start making some plays, because if they keep it like this, it's just going to be steady. Zinking, using a talisman. Whew. Bijou says, get out of here.
Puts big damage onto him, but Chris and Captain Ziploc still pushing down mid. Not going to get a minion line to do anything with. They're going to try and walking around pincher style. Kez is going to get in a little bit of trouble. Gets the stun out. Flashes over. Bobby Hank Hill comes in. Puts Chris back. Kez is going to repel at the right time. As Cognitive try to collapse onto a jungle pick there. Not going to be able to get TWZ, but do get some quality time, possibly with mid-inner, while TWZ swing around.
There's 3 ultimates blown for 2 there. The box still available and Dominus still available for TWZ. Whereas on COG's side, they still have the Super Mega Death Rocket and the Tibbers, their primary engagement tool, still available. Flash still up to Zane King as well.
Chomper's going to stop Nidus Remain from following him through, and that will give them room to get clear.
They're standing right on a ward. This is might want to sweep her where you're standing, but you know, hindsight 2020 tells me ascension.
Yeah, we can see him. Nidus Remain going to get caught by some shocks. He's going to drop the box. Captain Ziploc locked in place. He's going to go on the run. Repel up, looking for somebody. Bijou coming in. Big ult right there. Yazuki to the backside of the fight. Zig's going to pick up a leech. It's 1-for-1 right now. Yazuki still standing in the front. In comes Bobby Hank Hill. Needs a little bit more damage output. Can't get to Zamfira or nothing here. Yazuki's got a bail. On the run he goes. Down he goes. Nothing here. Finishes it off and wants some more, but not going to be able to get it as they get too close to that inner turret.
That's a 2-for-1. The Tibber stun didn't hit anybody there. So he threw it down off to the side a little bit. Nidus look for a hook. Gets it.
Gets it. Does he have anybody to help him out? Q's going to be short, and he melts.
Bijou got zoned off by a Mega Inferno Bomb there. And we also had Chris off on the side to help with assist in that kill. So he's still doing well on his hooks. Just the follow-up and the fact that nobody was really around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a great hook, but not a great time for a great hook. Necessarily. 3.7K the gold lead right now. Again, the Walking Zed need this one. They want to walk away with this one. They're 2-0 in the round robin right now. It would basically make sure that they were going to be in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some tiebreakers if they lose this one. I'm almost positive. There's nobody's really blown up the group stages at all. Nobody's really blown up this round robin and been like, oh, I have a definitive lead. Well, nothing here.
Steals
takes
it away.
The blue.
And takes Bijou extremely low. I can't do anything about it. All in a day's work for a Jinx.
And because it won't blow up on contact with the golem. You have to have somebody next to it. So he throws it out, hits Bijou, and the explosion, the contact damage, picks up the golem. So it's not like an Ezreal ultimate, but man.
Insult to injury right there. 25 seconds now to Dragon. Gruul gonna get picked up by Captain Ziploc. It's the Wraith. It's the White's name.
they're doing a fantastic job here. Chris all over Yazuki.
Yazuki losing the fight. Fairly even trade overall, but bails anyway.
You can never tell with these top laners who's winning and who's losing. They pretty much just, when one starts attacking the other, they can't stop, because as soon as one backs away, you got buddies here. Oh.
And Chris, nowhere to go here. They're going to get a big pick. Finally get one back on the TWZ side. Ked's going to get credit for that one. 9 kills to 5. And they're not going to follow it into the turret.
Yazuki's going to stay.
Not much health left on it. Yeah, so that's okay. I haven't looked at the health on it just yet. But he's got time to get it finished. Going to pull some of COG away. Bobby Hank Hill goes on the chase here. And Nidus Remain throws the hook. He's going to get out the side of it. Pops Ragnarok anyway.
Yep, just in case. It's worth it as a preventative measure, even if it wasn't going to hit.
Especially with the dragon being worked down. Comes in late. Jinx going to secure that.
And it's 3.5k gold lead going over to COG. Man, if they win this one, they bring themselves up to 3-1. And then that puts TWZ at 2-1, because they're 2-0 currently.
Don't need no jungler, you got a Jinx. Everything's okay.
Yeah, whoever wins this pretty much almost solidifies a slot for themselves. But
COG,
you know,
what are the scores?
COG's 2-1.
2-1. So
if they win this, they go 3-1.
3 wins, yeah, I mean, big game for both sides then. Obviously, the Walking Zed don't have a loss, but they've got more chances to screw up. We can put it that way.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So since a lot of the teams already have, or I guess 2 teams, Complexity and Quantum, already have 3 losses, and you know that's not important right now because Chris looking for Cortez.
The block, Yazuki, Kez. They're just gonna call it away. Everybody got scared in the jungle. It's understandable. You gotta have a buddy system if you're gonna roll into the jungle.
So he grabs his buddy for him, make sure he has his back. This is just like going to the bathroom. Gotta have a buddy.
You're gonna want to work out a code word system.
Right?
So that you can, so that when you need to say something to your buddy, if stuff goes pear-shaped, it'll be understood. Captain Ziploc and Chris beating up on Yazuki. Nidus Remain going to hook one more. Comes in, not a ton of damage there, but he's going to drop the box, so Yazuki's got the option to leave if he wants. Chris catches his stun. Kez doing some good damage there. Yazuki on the chase. Don't think Chris gets out of this one. No, sir. Kez with the kill. Goes 2-2-2 in the jungle. It's a different story. Zamfira did some good work done. Bishu gets blown up. That barrel was on the ground. They should have let it go. Nothing here. Very low. Chompers walks around them ever so gingerly.
I think it did blow up on him.
He's got a long way out.
I think it did blow up on him. Zamfira had barrier.
Oh, yeah. Barrier was burned.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Basically perfectly there.
Yeah. He put it up and then the barrel came out. I think the barrel, may have actually done a little bit more damage. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, as long as you got cube mashed, the new mechanics on the Gragas barrel let you pop it. So otherwise, it would have just sat there for a couple of years.
True. That's true.
Which is always sad to see when you're Gragas, your barrel just sitting there as everybody casually walks away from it.
From wasted drinks.
Yeah, what can you do?
Well, you can whine about it.
Hey, I get it.
Who?
Yeah. It could be a champagne in your rear.
Oh. The best thing is I didn't even know I was doing that. Those are the best.
Yeah, those are the best ones. And then somebody says, I get it. And you're like, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh. Man,
right now, I got to say, but a fairly quiet. I mean, it's a solid lead right now for Cognitive, but it feels relaxed, Nobody rushing down anything. Plenty of space being given, just skirmishes here and there. Led to an 11-6 game here. Gonna drop the bomb. Not gonna get any follow-up.
Chris just seems so slow with that Rengar ultimate. I don't know what it is. It's so strange.
Yeah, I tell you, it was the lag. It was the lag in that one game. It
made him look
ruined
so
our
fast.
perception of how fast a Rengar should move.
He's kind of like doing a light jog. He's barely out of breath by the time he gets there. That previous Rengar, that guy was sprinting.
Yeah, no pain, no gain on that Rengar.
He's booking it.
He's like, if my Abiolis, whatever you call them, don't feel like they're exploding, then I haven't done my job.
Yeah, he's gonna have shin splints by the time he's 12 years old. Some long
Tiamat on Yazuki there. Gonna have a little damage on.
Looks like Ziploc, they're just clearing out the Baron. 30 minutes in, man, these games, not a lot happens, but it takes a long time. Now, like, it's the complete opposite of 3.13. 3.14.
Yeah, a lot of excitement, a lot of action, and games that very often done at 32 minutes. Oh, Sir Main denying everybody the access to it. Captain Ziploc wants it, he's not gonna get it. Oh, nice hold by Bishu.
The dancing shoes are on for Nidus.
The ultimate, jukes everywhere.
Oh,
Full taunt on Nidus or Main, and nobody got anything.
Just one of anything would have done it, even if it was just
for nothing. That was. It's not even the edge of the Inferno Bomb. Got a little tiny bit on the edge, a couple extra pixels. Nothing doing. Axe was shorted. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Oh, so Chris. He hasn't been making huge use of his ultimate. He's been using it to kind of get away a lot of the times when he gets ganked, or to close some distance, but he hasn't really jumped on anybody's backline and blown them up just yet. Nidus sees this. Is he going to take it?
And it's going to be a rough one. Got Kez over the wall. Gonna get down, gets down, not in time. Jinx gonna get it. And he will blow up Kez real quick on the other side. Bobby Hank Hill gets a box drop. Not gonna get away from the Q, however. They slow down. Nidus from Main finally get that quarry. Nothing here, chasing it down with the passive. Nobody in there. 3 for none on the back of a Baron grab. Sadly, the minions, not serendipitous. They're going to have to go clean them up. Watch them walk on over. Chris tanking the turret out. Nobody getting the message. There they go. To get on to it. Nothing here in. The Tower Eater has arrived. Sadness of bones right now for TWZ. They're in a bad way. Don't think they'll push it through with just that. Nice switcheroo right there to finish off the inhibitor. They were like, haha, they left too early. Oh.
Just send them a little parting gift on that one.
Some dreams.
Man, COG really had the back timers of TWZ down. And that Baron, neither jungler's smite went down. Ziploc didn't use it, Kez didn't use it. It was just up in the air there. Nothing here ends up picking it up. And man, they push that immediately. They pick up some kills. Box is dropped, not going to help there. Bobby Henkel gets picked up, and Kez
in trouble again. He's going to flash. He's going to be able to get over the wall to the Wolves, but Chris is there. Mega Inferno Bomb will help out. Ziploc will finish the job. The lead now 9,000 gold for Cognitive. They have been sort of casually in control of this game for quite a while. TWZ just never running away with anything. Barrow comes in. They'll finish the turret. Zamfira with credit for that one. But Cognitive have been casually in control now, really getting a lot of active work done.
They aggro the white, and it stops Zane King's back. Thanks, Zamfira. Thanks for that.
Just wanted to check and see if it was there. He was like, I'm going to come back later and get it.
Yeah, but it
Put
was
the white on layaway.
Closest person, Zane King. You know, the supports, it takes so much stuff from your team. I'll just keep it that.
Nah.
You gotta deal with your teams.
Supports are the most respected. You know, everybody's talking about great support plays all the time.
In 3.14, it's more likely now.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
Ziploc steals that one away.
He needed it.
Era.
You can't say he didn't need it.
That's what he gets for
aggroing. Come on.
That might affect
Yordles, don't Yordles have enough nice things? They got rocket stuff.
Here comes
other
Chris.
Robots. On to Kez. Zamfira in there. He's going to repel. Buys time for Yazuki to get to the front. Drop the Mega Inferno Bomb, and he'll get a lantern out. Nothing here shows up. Got the Guardian Angel. So he'll have 2 lives to spend and a front line capable of sustaining that sort of idealism.
Yeah, so both Zamfira and Nothing Here haven't died. And if you look at Zamfira's build, he's got a Lich Bane. He's got a Lich Bane on top of his passive. He's looking to destroy turrets. When they get up to a turret, he's going to throw that out. Jinx is going to be doing so much damage to it. The 2 most fed members of COG are just tower destroyers at this moment.
I just scared to think about what it's going to look like when that turret really comes on a proper attack there. Nothing here, putting on some good long range shots and sends the ult out. Bishu, within an inch of his life, will be able to make it back to the pool, but he has got a while to wait. They're going to get that inhibitor turret. Bishu finally back to full. Going to come walking back out. Zion King in. Big ult there. Going to spread them very, very wide on the COG side. They regroup. Turn it around. Mega Inferno Bomb. Bobby Hank Hill going to take some good damage off of it. Yazuki in trying to finish off Zamfira. Just short of it. Drops the minefield as a precautionary measure. Not going to need it. Nothing here. Stunned up in the back. Will allow TWZ to get clear. Super minions abound in the base, however.
Looks like they're not going to push this out anymore. They really can't. Knight's looking for something.
Just locked up. He'll get clear. And no, he won't. Knight is flashed forward. Repel, is it going to be short? They lose it. Oh, just by inches there does Chris manage to get away.
And they have the
He's so low.
And QSS coming out from Bobby Hank Hill. Get rid of the movement speed slow there. He was fearing for his life.
Got the ult. Puts it on the beach.
That hit Bobby. Would have been GG for him. Man, still no deaths on both Zamfira and nothing here, nothing here. Still has his GA available. Man, TWZ has a lot of work to do. They are 11k, or I guess 10.4k behind. And 2 inhibitors down, 1 turret left in terms of inhibitor turrets. I guess 1 inhibitor just respawned. But man, it is not looking good.
Indeed not been a steady climb so far for Cognitive. Again, getting out front there early. I believe it was just at the start, first blood over to TWZ, but they got a couple back, got some good fights, and really confounded TWZ with movement around the map. Cognitive able to get a lot of turrets with very little effort early on, which allowed them more free reign about where they could go and win.
Yeah, and COG's really just been dictating the whole pace of this game, like you're saying. They really, like right now, they're inside of their jungle. They're going to start warding it up again, clear out wards, and then they're going to get ready for this Baron in a minute and a half. Possibly push up top. And Chris using his ultimate to scout for people.
Ignore that overlay. Baron will be up a minute 25. Same on the Dragon. Bishu going to catch a bomb. Gets a little bit of a shield, though. Going to spend some ults there. Nothing here. Throws his out. Zion King working down those wards. Right now, just going to be a siege up on the front. Still a minute to Baron. They've got time. Going to make sure everything's cleared away. See if they can't poke it onto the inhibitor. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, so they'll back it up. Cleared away. Nothing here. Still got the Guardian Angel ready. That Lich Bane on Zamfira gave me horrible flashbacks to the split put TF. Split push TF.
Oh, God. I'm glad that's not a thing anymore.
Eat turrets.
Look at the damage.
Inhibitor's going to fall. Down it goes. Nothing here getting credit. Hook's going to land onto Chris. I mean, Ninus remain the king of hooks right now, but he just can't get the kills. Too much health there. Thresh off the field. Bobby Hank Hill goes in Viz, gets away. Captain Ziploc not going to let it happen. Wants him dead, gets him. Kez chasing him down. Ziploc might fall, but Yazuki is going to fall first. Ziploc down under a turret, but Kez pulled away from the zone of utter importance. This is what I like to call the area around the Nexus. Bishu sends in a Q, splashes it on the big tiger lion guy, cat man. COG gonna win it. TWZ a little bit behind from the jump, got off to an okay start with first blood, but downhill from then on, and Cognitive just walk away with it. Some great split pushing on the part of nothing here.
Yeah, they started off strong, but Cognitive is in the driver's seat pretty much since I think it was around the maybe 10-minute mark is when it started getting out of their hands. But yeah, congratulations to COG, and yep.
They're going to go 3-1 in very good shape to move on to the relegation matches. We're going to find out how it all shakes out tomorrow. Hold